what's up? It's your brother. Hold on, wait a minute. Get something right quick. That's some of that old funkadelic jamming. Y'all don't know nothing about that right there. That's old school. Only my old school P-Funk clones know something about that right there. But look, check this out, yo. It's your brother and hopefully your friend. Big Hill. Rockwasi in the building. Black African power. Each one teach one. Yeah, I'm making a short video, man, before I go in here to this meeting, man, carry this message of recovery to these brothers and sisters. The other day, one of my Facebook friends posed a question on Facebook, right? And the question was, I think if I remember, I think she was asking about, do anybody know about hypertension and stress? You know, the nature of the question was she was inquiring about, I guess how to deal with it and cure it, so to say. I wish I would have went in and so I could ask the exact question, but she was asking about it. So I put into the comments that with hypertension and stress, you go to the root, and which is that with all problems. You know what I'm saying? With all issues that you have, you go to the root cause of the issue, and you address the root cause of the issue. And when you address the root cause of the issue and deal with that, the issue will go away. That's anything with psychological health, emotional, physical, mental, and spiritual issues. You go to the root cause of it. That's just what I've learned in my life. And that's how I address my problems and my issues. I go to the root cause. But when it comes to hypertension and stress, what I've noticed with us, with black folk, is that we put all our faith in the medical establishment. And a lot of us don't even understand the medical establishment. We think that those doctors have our best interests, and we go to them, and they're going to take care of us. But when you research the medical establishment, you'll understand that the medical establishment is funded by the pharmaceutical companies. And the pharmaceutical companies make drugs to give to the hospitals and the doctors to treat human conditions, to treat the symptoms of human conditions. They don't cure nothing. They treat illness. They treat symptoms. The medical establishment is not into curing and making you whole. They're into treating the systems because it's all about that lucre. It's all about that dollar bill, you know what I'm talking about? So what they do is they treat the symptom to keep you coming back, because 9 times out of 10 you got some type of insurance. And they know that if they can string you along and keep you sick for the rest of your life, then that's just money. And the doctors, when the pharmaceutical executive and people go into the doctors, they let them know that, if you prescribe a certain amount of this drug, then you get a kickback. Because the pharmaceutical industry makes hundreds of billions of dollars. You know what I'm saying? So when you go in to see a doctor and you're telling him what's wrong with you, he already got in his mind what he's going to give you, but he goes through the motion until gives you some medical feel good and make you feel like he's really concerned about your condition. When in fact, all he's going to do is give you a pill. He's going to give you a prescription to go to the doctor. And if you do the research on these pharmaceuticals, you know that they're not good for you. So having said all that, I'm one that I don't do pharmaceuticals. Only way I'm going to take a pharmaceutical is that I've developed a condition that holistic and herbal remedies will not cure, and I just have to do it. And when it comes to hypertension, back in from 2014, 2015, actually it started before then. When I hurt my back in 2010, I noticed my blood pressure. I went to the doctor and I got a high blood pressure reading. And I was like, I've never had a high blood pressure reading ever. But, I explained to him. He said, well, that pain you're going through can make your blood pressure go up. So anyway, like I'm a truck driver, and every couple of years we have to have DOT physicals. We have to have a medical examiner card that shows that we're healthy enough to drive a truck. And part of the DOT physical is having normal blood pressure readings. So 2014, 2015, when I went in, my blood pressure was high. You know what I'm saying? They like, okay, we can't give you a 2-year card, but we're going to give you a 3-month card. And after 3 months, you go to the doctor, you get the medicine, and you come back, and we'll give you a year card. But me, knowing that I'm not going to get no blood pressure medicine, I started doing research on blood pressure because I'm a reader and a researcher. I like reading stuff and finding out the root causes of stuff like I told you, right? So I went on the internet and started looking at some YouTube videos, and I found out, ways to bring your blood pressure down holistically. But the most important thing I found out was the root causes of blood pressure. And this is what I want to share with Chanel, with the sister that asked me this, is that what I found out is that what causes blood pressure, the root cause of blood pressure, is plaque and cholesterol in your arteries. And plaque and cholesterol in your arteries is caused by the things that you eat. When you're constantly eating greasy foods, you're constantly eating stuff that's no good for you, plaque and cholesterol builds up in the artery. Like your artery may be like this big, right? But with the plaque and cholesterol, in arteries is what the blood flows through. The heart pumps the blood and it flows through the arteries. So then it may be like this big because the space that the blood flows through, when normally it's this big, it might be this big because of all the plaque and cholesterol that's in your arteries. So the heart has to pump harder to get the blood through the arteries. That's the cause. That's the root cause of high blood pressure and a lot of other things, like for men, like impotence. When you want to take Viagra and all these other things, it's because, man, that your diet is such and you got so much plaque and cholesterol, which is called arteriosclerosis, in your arteries that the heart can't pump enough blood to a sufficient force to give you an erection. And that's what an erectile dysfunction is that you can't get an erection, and because the penis is a muscle and erections is caused by blood flow to the penis. But that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about hypertension. So what I did was, when I found out this information, I did a little bit more research, because arteriosclerosis, or plaque in the arteries, is a condition that can be treated and reversed. So, I did the research and I realized that in order to reverse this condition, the first thing you have to do is change your diet. Stop eating so many meats. If you're a meat eater, you ain't got to go vegan or vegetarian, but you have to decrease the amount of meat you eat, especially beef, because beef contains a lot of grease, and chicken has a lot of grease. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is you have to change your diet. You have to start eating more vegetables. You have to start, because vegetables and roughage are the things that will go into the arteries and start clearing away that plaque and cholesterol that's in your arteries. There's this one concoction, I call it, where you get ginger, you get garlic, you get lemon. So, you blend it together. You take a ginger root, you peel it to about sizes about this big. You get about 3 or 4 of those. You get a garlic clove, and you get about 4 or 5 bulbs of garlic. Those little bulbs, not the whole clove, but you skin it and peel it, and you get 4 or 5 bulbs of garlic. And you get whole lemons, wash them, cut them with you cut them with the peel on them. Then you blend it, make a blend out of it, right? Put it in a blender, chop it all up. Then you boil it, right? You put all that stuff into a boiling water. You boil it, you let it cool. Then you strain it and put all that liquid into jars. And that stuff helps to get in the arteries. So when I started doing all that in 2015, because in 2015, my high blood pressure was really high. So, I got kind of scared. I was like, fuck, I'm going to have a damn stroke, because the job I was on was stressing me out. And man, I was in a bad way. A lot of stuff was going on with me at the time. So hypertension and blood pressure, and I was on my way to having a stroke or a heart attack. I know it because my blood pressure was so high. And it scared me to the point where I quit the job, and then I went hard on these remedies, these herbal remedies, these herbs, all these things that I do. Since I can't eat vegetables, I super green foods, I drink them every day. Black seed oil, olive leaf extract, that stuff what I just told you. I started eating more vegetables. The super greens is enough because every day I'm drinking. I can't eat them, but I drink them every day. So to me, after from November of 2016 from November of 2015 to April of 2016, I brought my blood pressure down because I had to get like 3 months cards for like a whole year. And they told me like, yo, we can't keep giving you these 3-month cards, man. If you don't get your blood pressure down, you know, you might not be able to drive until you bring it down. You're going to have to go see a doctor. And I was unwilling to go see a doctor. I'm not going getting no pharmaceuticals. I'm not going to do it. So, you know, when I got real serious about changing, you know, I even went vegetarian for a while, stopped eating meat. So in April of 2016, when I changed jobs and I went to get this other job because I was trying to lease purchase, that didn't work out. That's a whole nother story. That's a racket for them to sell trucks and give you a lot of debt. So I got out of that. I'm still going to get my own truck, but I'm going to do it the old-fashioned way. I'm going to go get my money up, go buy the truck from a dealership. I have enough down to get it from a dealership. So now, in April of 2016, and I went and took this DOT physical because my 3-month physical was up, I was able to get a 2-year physical. My blood pressure levels was normal, which proved to me that you can bring your blood pressure down with holistic herbal remedies if you're willing to practice the disciplines and change your diet and do the work necessary to do it. And that's the point I'm trying to make. You can run, if you on blood pressure medicine, you know what I'm saying, you could go talk to your doctor about it. But 9 times out of 10, your doctor is going to tell you not to do that because he knows that if you start taking holistic remedies, you weaning yourself off that medicine. And now for him, for you not to be on that medicine means that that's one less patient he has. So to him, it's like he losing money. So he might tell you like, yo, you don't need to do that, or he's going to talk against it. But you need to do your own independent research. Read. You know what I'm saying? Go online, find out about these things and try them. You know what I'm saying? And with the stress, because it's almost time for me to go in here. With the stress, it's like, stress is our reaction to a stressor. You know, when I say, you know, people say, I'm stressed out, I always say, why are you stressing? Stress is our internal response to a stressor. When we have a stressor in our life, and a stressor is something that okay, I'll give you an example. Like me being a truck driver. Usually at the end of the day, I've driven 8 to 9 hours. And if I hit a traffic jam, I might be going through, let's say Atlanta where I live. I get in Atlanta and I'm coming home. And man, I'm tired already. You know, I've been driving all day. So now I'm in this traffic and people is doing all kind of crazy things. These are stressors. So what I have to do at that time is to relax, shake off all that tension and say, yo, you just going to have to go with the flow of traffic. Ain't no use in you being stressed out about the traffic because the stress is my response to what's going on around me. So in order for you not to be stressed out, always monitor, engage your response and reaction to what happens around you, because the stress is your response to what's going on. If you don't respond in a stressful manner, your stress levels won't go up. So that's what I learned about stress, and that's the way I started responding to stressors. I'm like, okay, because, you know, once you become aware of it, you understand like, yo, I'm stressing. I need, you know, I'm all tensed up, you know what I'm saying? You know, every situation, circumstances, and people, these are stressors. And our response to what they do in the situation and circumstances we find ourselves in. So anyway, I hate to end this. I could go on about it, but it's 10 o'clock. It's time for me to go in here. So yeah, man, you know, seek holistic methods. Get to the root causes of your blood pressure, your hypertension, or any other problem that you may have. Root cause. Find out what the root cause and address that, the problem will go away. And with stress, don't respond to the stressors. Always be aware of your response to people, situations, and circumstances, because that is the stress. That is what stress is, your response. Big Hill, peace. I'm out.